What's good, y'all? Everybody, how is going on? You are tuning into the very first episode of a series called Spare Thoughts here at Sparetimes in Hampton, Virginia with your boy Nation, where today I'm sitting down with local artists, producers, songwriters, performers, the whole nine, have a one-on-one conversation, and after that, have a match on the lane with your boy Nation, and they will lose. You will see that soon. But right now I'm getting to it. We are here with your boy Jon Echols, Brandon VA, fire artist, off rip. I'm biased. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm biased about that. So we gonna get into it. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Jon Echols from Hampton, Virginia, the 7 cities. Much love to the 7-5. R&B singer, songwriter, man. So yeah.
Some slight, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
What's your process behind songwriting?
Yeah, man, it's interesting because I feel like the way I write songs is not necessarily traditional. I feel like most rooms I've been in where people are writing songs, they're writing without a beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And, pouring out whatever's in their heart, different things like that, or whatever they feel like is dope. And then you have some people that hear a beat and then they, establish the melody and different things, and then they fill in the words later.
Right.
For me, to be honest with you, a lot of times, most of the songs that I've created, the beat has already been there. The interesting thing is I feel like I go through hundreds of beats a day. And I mean, this is from producers I know, to YouTube, to, you know what I'm saying, you name it. And I feel like a lot of times artists, they'll write songs almost like it's poetry without a beat, you know what I mean? Or you have artists that will write, melodically, they'll come up with a melody or establish the melody and not have the words to the song and different things like that and come in and fill it later. I kind of do it both at the same time, man. Like a lot of times once I hear a beat, I'm like, this is dope. This is something that I like and I can get a feeling from it. And a lot of times I can hear how not only the melody comes into the song, but also the words at the same time simultaneously. So a lot of times when I write, I'm writing the lyrics to the song as well as establishing the melody at the same time, which I felt like is unique compared to some of the artists I've been around. So yeah, man, just a different space.
That is unique.
Yeah.
That is unique for sure. Like I said, I'm boring. I go with the mood to beat. All right, am I sad? Am I happy? And just let it flow, and then just go from there. So
I mean, it's definitely mood-based. You know what I mean? You got to be inspired. So
Absolutely.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Where? All right, so as far as big artist-wise, who are your influences?
Influences, man, I could go down a list. I feel like I have decades of influences because, to be honest with you, look, my parents are a little older. I didn't grow up like with my friends. A lot of their parents were younger, different things like that. My dad's 72. My mom is 65. You know what I'm saying? So they were born in the 50s. So I'm listening to decades from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. My older brother is 10 years older than me. My older sister is 11 years older than me. So I had a lot of influences a lot of time. But my Mount Rushmore, Breezy, we got to go Breezy.
Come on with it.
Chris Brown, man, that's my dog.
Come on with it.
Chris Brown. I love Ty Dolla $ign.
Facts.
Bryson Tiller's a heavy one as well, man. I was in college during the time when he was picking up. Loved it, man. Don't Exchange Trap Soul was monumental for me. And then you have artists like Kendrick Lamar's my favorite rapper.
Okay.
But I would be remiss if I didn't show love to the 7-5, man. Pharrell is the #1 artist probably in the world I love to work with. So I got to put Pharrell in there. Honorable mention to the rest of the 7-5 with Timbaland, Missy Elliott. I love Push, man. Shout out to my older brother because he really be on Push. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's my major influence.
That's fire. That's fire. God should show love to the hometown for real. So I definitely brought me that 100%. So your song On The Way, fire.
Yeah.
I play it heavily rotation myself. That's a fire record myself. I love On The Way. No BS. So explain the creation of On The Way.
It's crazy because it was during an interesting time period, man. It's really, a lot of people don't realize, but it's really a song of hope, man. I wrote it during a time period, it was COVID, I wrote it during COVID. Shout out to my cousin Shara. She allowed me a space to come through and establish kind of like a home studio because, things where, we had the space and distance from each other. She allowed me that opportunity to come through. I actually wrote 2 EPs in her house. You know what I mean? And it's a song from the same EP because On The Way is from Bachelor Priorities. That's the name of the EP that is it's a 3-song EP. And I was actually writing a song, it's called FN Lullaby, which is the second song on that EP. On The Way is the first, is the introduction. And I was stuck on the second verse. I couldn't figure out words or what I thought was hot. So I went back to listening to beats and I heard the beat for On the Way. I said, this is crazy. And then On the Way just kind of spewed out. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how I was feeling at the time. I felt like I was really tailoring all my efforts and different things, and all the people around me were really pushing and getting behind me on the music. And I really felt like we were on the way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was during a time period of, you know, like I said, with COVID and different things where like things seemed very bleak, you know, at the time. And I think it really was more so of a song of hope, and it's still resounding today. So On the Way is one of my favorite songs ever. So yeah, it was a good time. So
that's again, it's a fire record. I was like, oh,
thank you. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the love. Yeah.
Okay. And a little personal question myself.
Talk to me.
So what inspires you the most to create music? Like what made you really sit down and be like, you know what, I want to pursue this?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I've always loved music. You know, my parents, I come from somewhat of a sports family. You know, my uncle's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You know, that was something we were talking about earlier,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we've always been very centered around sports and different things, sports and education.
Got you.
Right? I feel like I always had an attraction to music, and I felt like my parents could see it. So they would stick me in the theater camps and different things like that. Shout out to Rope. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the Hampton Roads Academy, or Edge Star as they used to call it, off of Shell Road, you know what I'm saying, in Hampton. But it was just something that allowed me to be different from, you know, the rest of my family. I felt like I had an ability that I can really explore and really dive into. And it just gave me that opportunity. And I love the creative space. And I feel like when I'm around other creatives, I'm around my peers, you know. I've been in different settings and, you know, stuff like that. But when I'm around other people making music, dancing, whatever you're doing creatively, I felt like I was around my peers, and it felt like I can be myself. So I kind of wanted to dive more in that. You know, I've had family that saw what I was doing. My brother in particular, man, we co-founded the 10th Music, which is the label that we work with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, together. And he really realized, I think, that I had some talent, and he really believed in me and invested in me. He was probably the first person to really be like, yo, you got something. So that really put a battery in my back and made me love music and made me want to pursue it and never stop. So I'm gonna keep going until I get my last breath out of me. You feel me?
Hear that. That hit home for me.
Yeah,
it's
real.
For sure. But similar in that aspect of inspiration. My dad's side is heavily involved with music.
Yeah.
So my uncle was my dad. Again, put battery in my back as well. Like, yo, Sean, go do that. Like, I know you can do it. So go for the moon. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I, if I could say this, I feel like a lot of people don't realize, not even just music, man. Like, when you have people around you that are doing something that they love and they care about, and you can see that,
Absolutely.
And they have some talent and they have some promise, invest in them, show them some love, put that battery in their back, show them that support, because they need that, and you never know how that can change their life. Because every single person that's ever made it big in anything had somebody put their battery in their back when you listen to their story.
Yes. So yeah, John, so real quick, tell everybody real quick what's going on, what's gonna be on the way for Jon Echols.
Man, listen, so I made some new moves, man. Raised in the 7-5, went to college here, all these different things. So I felt like it was an opportunity to broaden my horizon. So more recently, I went up to DC for the summer to try to grow out there. Been doing some shows out there. So really what you can expect from me on the way, more shows, more content, obviously. Much love to you, Nation, for having me on this platform, man. I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, because you're really aiding in what's on the way right now.
Come on.
But content and more music, man. I'm writing every day. I think my discography is pretty lengthy, and I'm looking to make it a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So you can expect new music, more shows, more content, more visibility, and just more access, man. I feel like even having, you know, stuff like this and different things, you're allowing people to see who you really are. And I realize more in music, it's not like the olden days where people just fall in love with the songs. They gotta fall in love with you.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So now where I'm at is I'm just trying to give people access to see the real me so that they can match me with my music, with my sound, with my content and different things like that. So that's what you can expect, and that's what's on the way, man. So again, I appreciate you having me on this platform.
Thank you for letting me bring you here into my first episode of this. It's real cool. Again, Jon Echols on the way. Go get that, play that, rotate out around the whole world, play it until you tip together and car blow up. I don't care, just play that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, man, so again, you are tuning in to the very first episode of Spare Thoughts with your boy Nation. I'm my boy Jon Echols here. And now, you'll see me win one of these lanes. I'm gonna take out now, none of y'all beating me. None of y'all beating me. You can try. Nick, you might got me. It's like, nah, you ain't got me either. You can't see. So, yeah. With that being
None
said,
of y'all beating him after me. I'm a competitor, so we're gonna see what this is.
But yeah, we're gonna get these lanes, and I'm gonna show you how you really get down, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. All right.
Got me feeling up and down, you diving in, so smooth. Let me see some skin. Homepage, I'm signing in, sucker for her OnlyFans, trying to be her only man. I wanna see more again. Can't stop, I'm filled with sin, so gone, it may never end. Too close on the side of me, you sit back, that's all I see. Don't you money drive me crazy, hoping that you're proud of me. One day, yeah, you gon' see, check mark on the top, you'll see. Hoping that you're all for me, you know, that's all I need, yeah. Draw down, oh no, pull up, cyclone. What you want, more though, what it is, slow-mo. Wind down, I know, you're riding on the floor. Riding, go for go, 100 bands, oh no. Drop down, oh no, pull up, cyclone. What you want, more though, what it is, slow-mo. Get it right, you know ho. Sliding on the pole, famous, no photos. Big money, no payroll.
The score, you see it, don't worry about it. It's all about good time, good vibes, and talking one-on-one with the artists, producers will come through and have a good conversation. So yeah, so Jon, one more time, tell them what's on the way.
Yo, Jon Echols on the way, new music, new content, new shows. Be on the lookout for that. Follow me on all social media platforms, Jon Echols, JONECHOLS _music. Much love, appreciate my brother Nation for the opportunity.